Welcome to Gameplay First, where fun is second to none. My name's Tyler, and I also think bow ties are cool. As you can see, my Kickstarter campaign was a rousing success. I've got a new set, I've got a new camera, and all of my videos will now be shot in widescreen. Ha! The crap is that doing there?
Ow.
Anyway, this week I'll be reviewing Back to the Future the game by the request of one of my Kickstarter backers, Tim Wen. Now to start off, what the hell is that?
Great Scott, I've done it! I've perfected the time closet! I can travel to any closet in history! I
Have exactly 10 seconds to tell me what you were doing in my closet, you creepy old pervert.
Oh my, was today the day I started filming in here? I thought that was next week.
10,
Ah, don't shoot! I could die from the irony alone!
9,
I can't tell you! Doing so would affect the timeline!
8,
But then again, so will me dying here. I'm you from the future, you trigger-happy fool!
7.
You're about to review Back to the Future the game!
Everyone already knows that. 6.
You had a successful Kickstarter campaign!
Keep trying. 5.
The Wii U is coming out next month and you're secretly worried it's not going to live up to your expectations!
So you're me from the future.
Yes.
And last week my evil self popped up.
If I remember correctly, yes.
Great. What's on the slate for next week? Is Grandpa Retro going to cameo again?
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about that.
Get the hell out of here!
Fine. Dick?
Why are you here?
Testing out my time closet, of course. And it works!
Alright, but
That reminds me.
is that an iPhone?
Great Scott! Take a look at this!
That's the review I'm recording right now!
The Wii U is coming out next month and you're secretly worried it's not going to live up to your expectations!
That's much too early. Fast forward. In fact, never play this again.
Are you seriously doing this bit?
So you're me from the future. When is this?
Now, everything on this video is happening now.
How is that even possible?
This phone is temporally locked. The videos it's grabbing are from my time, so since you uploaded this finished video years ago, it's pulling the finished video from then.
When?
From the future. Then, when I came back to now. But there's a problem.
Okay, what?
Well, according to this video, we review this game together. That means to preserve the space-time continuum, we must review this game together.
Okay.
You don't understand. If we don't, the entirety of the universe may... Did you say it was okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, well then we don't have a problem. Alright, well, I don't want to block your brand new set, so,
Okay then.
I'll just go sit over here.
Okay. So, without any further ado, let's review Back to the Future the game. Now to start off, this game is basically Back to the Future Part 4. The game begins 7 months after the third movie ended. That's correct! Also, the tutorial is a reoccurrence of the famous scene from the first movie wherein Doc Brown and Marty are testing the DeLorean for the first time. Yeah, I actually got a kick out of that. Later on, Marty has to go back to the 1930s to rescue Doc from being gunned down after allegedly burning down a speakeasy. And from there, it's a time-traveling adventure with Doc and Marty for 5 more episodes going one from the next. I'll tell you, I don't think I could have waited a month to play the next episode while these were still in development. Yeah, me neither. That's one problem with episodic games, waiting for the next episode. That reminds me, does Half-Life Episode 3 ever come out?
No, I can't technically tell you anything about that. I will say that if it ever comes out, it won't be what you expect.
Really?
Think Tetris meets Portal, meets Day of the Tentacle, meets Night into Dreams.
That sounds completely disjointed.
And yet it was still more fun than Darksiders 2.
Anyway, the difficult thing about reviewing a point-and-click adventure game in my usual style is that gameplay is not the most important element in these games. The story is.
Well, now I wouldn't say that. Point-and-click adventure games just have their own style of gameplay.
Obviously, however, story is very important, or there's really no reason to continue playing.
Well, that's true. But I'd say the story's not only well written, but it's clearly for fans of the movies.
Of course, like most licensed games, this was made for fans of Back to the Future. The good news is that if you love the movies, you'll love the games. Provided you're not adverse to point-and-click adventure games wherein you have to collect objects and solve puzzles.
Oh yeah, this is definitely one of those adventure games that relies on you picking up everything that's not nailed down just in case you might need it later. Of course, if you find yourself stumped, you can use the game's overly generous hint system, which will basically spoon-feed you for the answer. So if you're looking for a challenge, you won't find it in this game. But if you're looking for a legitimately good Back to the Future game that keeps the spirit of the films alive, look no further. Agreed! Well, for the most part. It does get a bit off the rails in Episode 3. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but it does get a little wonky in Episode 3. But the art style throughout all 5 episodes is pretty cool, and it works for the feel of the films and the game. Well, the art is true good, but I noticed the lip sync and animations were a bit rigid and off. Again, true, and controlling Marty was also kind of weird. I played both the PC and the PS3 versions, and it kind of felt like they tried to make it work for both, and it wound up working for neither.
Oh, that may be true. Oh, but the voice acting!
Oh yeah, that's actually Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown, and unfortunately Michael J. Fox couldn't do the vocals for Marty, but A.J. Locascio does the best impression of him I have ever heard. But Michael J. Fox does do voices for future Marty in the last episode. That's true, and it's really weird to hear him with A.J. because it's hard to tell them apart. Just a testament to how well he does the voice. Abso-freaking-lutely. At the end of the day, this is a game for fans of Back to the Future, but I'd like to think everyone out there is at least somewhat familiar with the movies. If not, you're really missing out on a fantastic franchise.
Actually, in my time, there required viewing material for all high school classes, including the Indiana Jones trilogy and the Star Wars trilogy.
As in...
As in A New Hope through Return of the Jedi and Raiders through Last Crusade. Actually, all copies of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull were destroyed in 2025 when the Film Quality Commission was formed. And they also destroyed that awful remake of Footloose and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
What are you talking about? They never remade Ferris... Oh, God, you're kidding!
I know. Anyway, shall we proceed to the breakdown?
Let's do it! As far as adventure games go, the gameplay is actually pretty good. Like I said, getting Marty to move around can be a little bit difficult, but all in all, it's actually very well done.
Indeed. Though there's a lack of challenge, the game is certainly not lacking in heart. 7 out of 10.
As we said, the voice acting is absolutely top-notch fantastic.
The use of the main theme and all background music is very well done, and I couldn't have been more pleased with the audio. 9 out of 10.
Now, though the animations are a little bit rigid and the lip syncing can be a little bit off from time to time, generally I thought the art style of the game was very nice and likable.
Yes, and they also took a lot of work making Hill Valley look correct and the DeLorean look fantastic. 8 out of 10.
For the most part, this was basically Back to the Future Part 4. It was all very well done, very well written, and clearly made with fans of the film in mind. Hell, they make a lot of really important references to the past films as well, and if you know what happened in the other movies, it'll help you with some of the puzzles in the new ones.
Again, though it takes a turn for the weirder in Episode 3, overall the game is very likable and well written. 8 out of 10. At the end of the day, this is an absolutely stellar game. Telltale keeps on proving again and again that licensed games do not have to be awful, and for that, I am very happy.
And just as I was pleased with SBCG4AP and Sam & Max, yet again, Telltale raises the bar on adventure games with Back to the Future the game. I was really pleased with this game overall. Back to the Future the game gets an 8 out of 10. Okay, future me, have we preserved the space-time continuum?
It would seem so.
You can tell just by checking your phone?
Well, when they say there's an app for that, they're not kidding. It's called iSpace Time Checker.
That's pretty cool. So where are you off to now?
I believe the correct question would be, when am I off to now?
That reminds me. Why closets?
No, the closet is one of the only standard architectural rooms throughout history. Nearly every civilization has had some sort of storage room that was scarcely occupied, thus making it a perfect place for me to land undetected.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yes, well, anyway, I'm off to see time and space.
Wait, but I have so many questions for you. I'm sure you can't answer any of them, but...
Very well. You may ask me one question.
What's the future of video games like?
Let me put it this way. Controllers, where we're going, we don't need controllers.
Oh, for gameplay first, this is Tyler, signing off. Allons-y!